Hi everybody. Today I'm not wearing any makeup, but I just want to speak to you guys about uh, you know some recent developments that have occurred in the society itself about the Supreme Court's order to rehabilitate all the stray dogs. So the thing is, there was once in my life when feeding stray dogs probably kept me alive. Um, so let me tell you the story. When I was in class 10, I had literally no friends, okay? So I was a social outcast. For the society, I was a girl with no mother and father. For my mother, I was the daughter that looked too much like her ex-husband, and that's why she like abused me. And there were many other things. So let's start. And in between all that, I was stuck. Right now, the thing is, I was stuck. Yeah, I was stuck. I had nowhere to go. My mother, she would abuse me. The society's auntie, they would say that if you were my daughter, I would not let you wear knee length skirts because you look so much grown. You look like that. The reason you were abused like that, you were molested, the reason why you were molested was because you look like that. And yeah, my mother wasn't there to defend me, and I was just a helpless 15, 16 year old girl. Um so back then I started seeing these dogs, right? So the dogs, I had many colonies throughout the society. So some used to be named Metal, Olivia, Peco. Other used to be named Patches, Leo, Triangle, Charlie, and so on and so forth. And people used to call me mad, or people used to say that I'm weird because I used to feed the dogs, right? But these animals one day actually saved me. So that's the story. And so when I used to feed them, my mother used to only give me 10 rupees for going to tuition and coming back. And I decided that I'll just walk to tuition, and I'll just take the 20 rupees and I'll feed the animals. And that was one of the best decision in my life I think I have done. So from there, I started giving them food. So there were other people also who would see me with an army of dogs, and they would be like, oh, let me just take a picture of myself, can you control the dogs, let me take a picture of myself. Like, I had this girl in my class, she would do that. She would come here, she would take videos of her playing with the dogs that I used to feed, and then she would post like, oh my god, look, I am such a small girl, I am such a delicate little girl. Whatever, I don't care. I used to not have phones back then, so I had no way of contacting anybody, or talking to people in general. I did not have anything. So I used to be a loner. I used to be a very lonely girl. And that's what my life was. And I would see people enjoy their life, and I would think, I wish I had friends. Like, I wish I had friends that did not, sexualize me. That's the word I'm looking for. Because most of the time, if I am being friendly with people, they think that, oh, now I'll get laid, or oh, now she will have a relationship with me, or for sexual favor. But it was not like that. I just wanted a friend. And later on, I did get a friend. His name is Moktik, and he's a very good friend of mine, still is. 8 years. But Anyways, so a dog named I named him Peco, because in Japanese, when you are hungry, right, your stomach makes this Peco Peco sound. So they call that Peco Peco sound, and his name was Peco because he was so hungry. He would eat everything from my hand, even kurkures and everything. And he was like my guardian. He would like stand with me till, I would board the bus, and he would stand there when I came back home. And that was the only reason, I would come back home actually. Otherwise, I don't think I would have ever come back home. The only reason why I would come back home was my dogs. I would get to see them, I would feed them. Anyways, so that was the dog. And one day I decided to suicide. I'll come back to the reason why later on, another video. But I decided that I'm done. I'm done with this life. Nobody cares for me. And it was such a surreal experience, I went there laughing and bought phenyl. That time it was, I don't think I should take the brand name, but there was this phenyl they would give one for 2 for 1 price. And I would go there and I bought it, and I would laugh with people, the cashier, and they used to know me, and I laughed with them. And then I went home, and from there, when I was going home, I felt a touch of wet nose on my hand. So I looked back, it was Peco. And I was like, oh my god, I forgot to get a biscuit for Peco. So I feed him. After I bring more biscuit and I feed him. And then I'm done. I go home. I ritualistically, switched off everything, and, closed off all the doors. And I sat there and I drank the phenyl. And I vomited it out. And then again, I went there. I mixed sugar with phenyl. I don't know. I thought that if, it is sweeter, I can digest it or something like that. So, and when you get phenyl, right, when you drink phenyl, the whole entirety of your mouth, your esophagus and everything, it burns. It burns out. Okay. So it will feel numb. It will feel swollen. And so I thought, okay, if mixing sugar will help. So I went there, I mixed sugar, and again I tried to drink it, and again it did not work. And then I remember I was sitting on the edge of the bed. It was sundown. It was like, this is the last sunset I'll ever see. And I was thinking, and I thought that nobody cares for me if I die. If I die, my mother would think that, okay, finally she's gone. I did not have to go through abortion. Finally she suicided. My father, he's not there. And the society thinks that because I don't have anybody protecting me, it is okay to just, hammer her down. I don't know what to tell. So anyways, from there I thought that, okay, I have these stray animals, right, and I feed them. So there is one purpose, there is like one reason why I should be alive, and that's because I feed these animals. That's because I feed the animals because they look forward to me being there. If there is one thing in my life, the purpose of my life would be feeding these animals. And I was like, okay, let me be there for them. And from there, I thought, okay, let me get help. Let me, that was the time, if those animals, those dogs wouldn't be there, I would have gone through with everything that I was doing. I was ingesting whatever I could get, rat poison and everything, and I would have died. That was the that was the thinnest line between life and death that I have been there. And it was only because of my thinking that okay, these animals are there, they're waiting for you. And to be honest, I was marginalized, I was made fun out of because I used to feed this animal. But ultimately, these dogs were the reason I decided to live. So, yeah, that was there. And from there, I started, taking help. I got lawyers and everything. That's another story I'll not take here. But then, after few days, after a 1 or 2 month, I saw that my dog Peco, he died suddenly. And I still have his fur in a container. I still do keep his fur in a container because he was just so precious to me. And if he wasn't there at that time when I needed a purpose to live, I I don't think I would have lived. You know, when a person is going through all that, right? A person thinks that, do I do this? What is my purpose in life? It's not as easy as just, go and jump. A person thinks that if I'm dead, what will happen? What will be the society? What will, what a person's life will be without me? And I thought that. And only thing that came out was that these dogs will not get their food. And the amount I was giving, that was very less. It was very less, 10 rupees, a biscuit packet. But the amount of love I was giving, the amount of love that was given to me by those animals, by that was invaluable. But that's the thing. I still believe that Peco, he gave his life away so that I could live. I don't know what others would say, but I think that. So imagine that, right? And the Supreme Court, they are trying to take these dogs away from us. It might be that later on, a girl like me may be there, a boy like me may be there, and they decide to go through suicide just because, there was no animal, there was no love in their life. These animals, they loved me, they fulfilled my desire for love, they fulfilled me when I was so young. So, yeah, that's something I just wanted to get out of. You know, it's sad. It's sad. Later on, I did get lawyers, I did